Hello, my today's topic is introduction of the cell. We all know we all know that cell is the structural and functional unit of the life. Cell is the smallest working unit of the life which is capable of doing all the life activities. All the living things are made up of the cell. Now, cell is made up of pre-existing cell, that is by cell division. The process for the cell division is the meiosis and the mitosis. The cell may be the unicellular and multicellular. The unicellular cell is made up of one cell and the multicellular cell is more than two cells. Cell may be the prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Now, there are the major difference between the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell is the cell is eukaryotic cell is uh, made up of well-developed nucleus and the cell organelles. The prokaryotic cell do not have well-developed nucleus and the cell organelles. The now uh, the example of the eukaryotic cell is the plant cell, animal cell, fungi, and the protist. The example of the prokaryotic cell is bacteria, blue-green algae. Now, the there are the two major types into the eukaryotic cell, that is the plant cell and the animal cell. The major difference between them is the cell wall. Cell wall is the surrounding structure of the plant cell, and which is made up of the cellulose, and uh, which is the give the protection to the cell and rigidity. Now, cell there is the absence of the cell wall into the animal cell. Now, there is the eukaryotic cell. Into the eukaryotic cell, there is the presence of the cell membrane. Cell membrane surrounds the cell, which is the semi-permeable cell, and which is uh, allow the material to the cell, which is bilayer cell. Phospholipid bilayer is present into the cell, which is hydrophilic and the hydrophobic. And there is the hydrophobic tail and hydrophilic head. Now, the there is the presence of the cytoplasm, which is surrounded by the cell membrane. Cytoplasm is the gel-like structure, and which is uh, which contains the all the cell organelles which do the specific their functions. Now, cell organelles are the mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, etc. There are the many chemical reactions also proceed into the cell. The cytoplasm gives the medium to that all the cells. Now, there is the presence of the nucleus, which is surrounded by the nuclear envelope, and the nuclear envelope have the small pores which allows the some material to in and leaves the nucleus. Into the nucleus, there is the presence of the DNA, chromosomes, genetic material. Now, there is the presence of the nucleolus, and the nucleolus is the structure which is uh, which is responsible for the production of the ribosomes, and the ribosomes are the very important for the production of the proteins. We all know that. Now, along to the nuclear envelope, there is the formation or the presence of the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Into the rough endoplasmic reticulum, there are the ribosomes are present, and the ribosomes are the structures that are responsible for the production of the proteins into the cell. Now, proteins are important and building blocks of the cell. Now, there is also presence of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Into the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, there is the absence of the into the endoplasmic reticulum. There is the absence of the into the absence of the cell. There is the absence of the ribosome. Uh, Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is responsible for the uh, production of the lipids. Now, there is the presence of the Golgi apparatus, and which is the packaging unit of the protein. which package and modification of the proteins and transportation of the proteins is takes place by the Golgi apparatus. There is also presence of